All right, so today we are going to discuss, let me write this out here. We are going to look at section 9.5, and that is a certain type of transformation called a dilation. Okay, so we're going to look at what that is. And don't cheat and look your book, because I'm going to have you try and draw some things here to start out with. So dilations, I do want to say, out of the transformations we've done, we had a translation, we had a reflection, what's that last one? Rotation. And all these are considered, it starts with an I, S, O, isometries. And why are they isometries? Because they are congruent to the pre-image. Image and the pre-image are congruent. Hold on a second because I had some distraction. So we're going to go on to something that is not an isometry, and that's a dilation. And it's not an isometry because the image and the pre-image are not congruent to one another, but they are similar. They stay similar to one another. So let's go ahead. You are going to try and draw this out yourself. See if you can get even close to what it's supposed to look like here. So I'm going to read this through, then you're going to pause it, and you're going to try and come up with a drawing. So we have a dilation, it's the definition, with center C and scale factor N, where N has to be greater than 0, is a transformation with these two properties. First thing happening that you need to make sure happens in your picture, the image of C is itself. That is, C prime is the same thing as C. So have that noted in your picture. Second thing that has to happen for any other point, R. So think about where you put that on your picture. R prime is on line CR. What is that going to look like? And CR prime is equal to N, that scale factor, times the distance from C to R. What? Can you figure that out? Or you could say N would be equivalent to CR prime divided by the distance of C to R. And the image of a dilation is similar, like I said, to its pre-image. So pause the video, try to figure this out, try something, because I'm going to show you a picture. Okay? Try something. Okay, I'm starting. I'm going to show you a picture. Okay? Alright, so let's say we have C. There's our point that it said, the center point C. And then we're going to produce a dilation on C. And what happens to C? Well, nothing, because that was our center, so it stays. Then if we go to a different point, like R, and maybe you just chose to do 1 point, whereas Ben probably chose to do like 8, right? Or Henry doing 100. So we have R, and then we need to get R prime. So in this case, R prime is not going to be the same thing as R, because it's not on our center. And then it also says it's on line CR, so let's make sure it is. So on line CR, so I produce this line, R prime happens to be on it. Check, that works. And CR prime, the distance from C to R prime. So if I were to highlight this in blue from C to R prime, this distance, it says it's the same thing as CR multiplied by N. So this distance here from C to R multiplied by whatever the N is. In this case, it must be like 2 or something, because it looks like it's double. So it's saying off on the bottom here that CR prime is equal to N times that CR. Okay? And then what else happens? Your N value is this whole distance divided by this distance. So in this case, it looks like it's going to be 2. So CR prime divided by CR gives me N. In this case, this CR prime is bigger than CR, so I'm going to get an N value that is bigger than 1. If it wasn't, I'm going to get an N value that's less than 1, which means my pre-image, my image is going to end up being smaller than the pre-image. Okay, so we are going to practice one of these things. Before we do, let me make sure with you I don't have much time here, the bell's going to ring. So, see if you can fill in the blanks. A dilation is a if the scale factor is greater than 1.
Please excuse the
and the dilation is a if the scale factor is between 0 and 1. What are those things that go there? The dilation is a if the scale factor is greater than 1. The dilation is a if the scale factor is between 0 and 1. The dilation is a do you have it? Maybe you do. Maybe I'm waited too long. Okay, this word here, I can't move these for you. But if it's greater than 1, like this, we went from our pre-image to our image and it got bigger. So that's called an enlargement. So if I have a scale factor that's bigger than 1, it's going to be an enlargement. So what would this one be called? If I go from my pre-image down to my image and it got smaller, we don't say smaller. It's called a reduction. So that's when you have a scale factor between 0 and 1, a fractional amount. So let's see if I can get one more example here before the bell rings. So in this question, I'm asking you to read it, try and figure it out, see what you can do. It's multiple choice. See what you're thinking. Maybe you don't have to even read the entire thing to figure this out. Dilation. Just based on this, you can throw out and eliminate 2 answer choices right away just based on the picture. I can tell based on this picture that goes from my pre-image to my image, it got bigger, so it's not reduction. And then I just need to figure out if it's a scale factor of 2 or 3. In this case, oh, I bet I tricked you guys. I bet I tricked you for sure. Probably went with A. Looks like from this point to this point is 4. From here to here is 8. So it actually went from a distance of 4 to a distance of 12. Oh, did I trick you? It had a scale factor of 3, people. Whoa! Gotcha! Maybe I didn't, but I'm hoping. Last problem. JKLM prime dilation image. The center of a dilation is O. Is dilation enlargement or reduction? And then what's the scale factor? Well, it looks like you can try this on your own. Pause the video, please. Okay, from the image to the pre-image, it got smaller. So we're going to have a reduction going on. And then by how much? Well, I'd have to check with which point I want to work with. My center is at O. So let's say I go from O to K. And then I go, which has a distance of what? 6. And then it went down to a distance of 3. So I have my scale factor. Is it going to be 6 over 3 or 3 over 6? Well, we know it's a reduction, people, so it means it has to be between 0 and 1. So it's going to be 3 over 6, which could be reduced to 1/2. Cha-ching. And that's all there is to dilations. So now you're going to practice this now, with the practice problems I gave you, or go on to the park practice and do this practice for homework for Friday. Choose one or the other. Good luck. Bye.